second when Erica Lang-Montgomery moved to the Florida bench. Meanwhile, for Kelly Rae Finley, her 5th season at Florida, first year as the interim head coach, replacing Cam Neubauer. And Kelly is pretty excited about this team this year.
Yes, she is. She's excited to get back at it, as all the players are. I think they want to get out there and play some basketball.
Kelly said it. I talked to her yesterday. She said, you know, we're sick of practicing against each other. We just want to play basketball against somebody else.
Yeah, there definitely comes a time when you're ready to see somebody in a different colored jersey and play against them.
Flagler College out of the Peach Belt Conference, NCAA Division II, as the jumper is clean early for Sophie Van Dyke, the native of Holland, Michigan. And the Saints on the board early. First trip for the orange and blue, Lavender Briggs, Kiki Smith, a part of one of the top backcourts in the SEC. Here's Dale Oliveira, who missed all of last year. Merritt with the stick back and the foul.
And let's talk about Manu for a little bit. She had to sit out all of last season. She got stuck in Brazil, but she is back here, and she worked really hard to get to where she is right now. You can see the drive to the basket. She's not afraid to attack and then just crashing the board. That's what Florida has to do this season, is rebound the basketball really well.
Jordan Merritt, 5-star recruit last year, her first year within the program. Had a very good finish, Brittany, to her season. Started the last 10, averaged about 8 points per game during that stretch. So starts the year, at least the exhibition, in the starting 5. For the Florida Gators, class of 4 freshmen that have come in, along with a transfer, Zippy Broughton, who draws the 10-second violation of Brittany. That's what she does. She is an elite defender.
I was going to say, right off the bat, you could see it off her face. She got the 10-second call. She prides herself in defense, the ability to just kind of sneak up on people, get some steals. She wants to get turnovers for her team because she knows turnovers lead to instant offense.
Last year, Broughton played for Rutgers, dealt with a foot injury, so did not play the full complement of games. Only 10 games last year for the Scarlet Knights, her first year in the program. Broughton will tee up a 3. De Oliveira, again, an energy player back in the lineup for Florida. Briggs, the vision inside for Manu. Right at the bucket, can't finish. Second effort, and 1.
And you can see it right around the basket. Manu playing that 3-4 position, but you can see she's positioning herself down low. Misses the first shot, but she stays with it. You've got to stay with it. And she gets her reward with the and 1, the possible 3-point play the old-fashioned way, the inbound in. You see, just misses the first, but stays right inside with position and goes up strong. They missed that last year. It's something they're going to look at a lot this year, and I think really dwell on what she can bring to this program.
Manu, back from Brazil, was not able to get back in the country during COVID, had multiple canceled visa appointments. Meanwhile, Flagler beats that pressure coast to coast with Jazziana Mathis, who will get 2 shots.
And you can see Zippy a little bit mad that she kind of got beat on that backside, speeds back into it, gets the clear foul, but doesn't allow the player to get the and 1. So if you're going to foul in a position like that, she makes sure she got enough of the arm that she didn't make the basket as well.
Mathis is a key part for Flagler, along with Tori Pierce. Mathis averaged 14 points per game last year, a assassin from deep. She really stretches the floor. And Coach Mo Smith said that we have perimeter scoring. We just need to build more of an inside presence. And tonight that will be tested against an SEC team in Florida.
And you can see because they don't have that inside presence quite as much, they play a lot of zone defense. And Florida's going to have to do a good job of shooting themselves out, shooting Flagler out of that zone defense. But you can see the attack, get to the rim, make the defense shift and move. And look at Florida getting those offensive boards.
Merritt, small strides to the rim, easily getting to the bucket.
And when you're an offense that can beat a zone like that, you shoot, you get the rebound, you can penetrate in, you can spread them out, you get those good looks and drives to the basket that Florida just got.
I asked Coach Kelly Rae Finley, is there going to be a drastic difference as we take a look at the starting 5, led by Tori Pierce, top scorer last year at 18 a game for the Saints. Jazziana Mathis also a part of that starting 5, a key part of that group. Here holds it with only 7 to shoot. Pierce with 3. Was locked and loaded, Briggs the rebound. But Kelly said it's going to be more of a free-flowing offense this year. We're not going to be calling sets every single trip. As Manu muscles underneath for the bucket.
And you've seen that already in the offenses. We see the defense. Florida going in a full court, 90 feet down the court. Pressure defense on this Flagler team, nothing easy right now.
De Oliveira already has the jersey untucked. That is an energy player, and
absolutely.
Kelly Rae Finley says she will undoubtedly lead this team in charges taken. Her and Christina Moore will battle for that.
And it's the way in which she knows how to read defensive. She positions herself well, so if you get beat off the drive, she's there. She sees it before it happens, and that's something you have to do when you're going to take charges. You have to see the play before it develops.
Gators have really worked on their defense this year. That was really item number one in the offseason, is getting better defensively as a group.
I mean, you know the old saying, defense wins championships. So you have to pride yourself in your defense, and I think that's something that this Florida program is going to do this year. And by bringing in the Rutgers transfers and Zippy, you're taking it up another notch already.
And how about Nina Rickards, who comes in? She has been ferocious defensively in her first 2 years in the program.
As well as rebounding. And she led the team many times last year in rebounding from that guard position.
First touch for Rickards. De Oliveira arcs it inside. Merritt in traffic.
What a great high-low from Florida. The positioning down low, you get it at the high post at that free throw line elbow area, and then you dump it down to your post player who seals off the defender.
Jordan Merritt already with 6 of the 11 Gator points. Manu with the other 5, and Merritt has a takeaway. Body spill to the ground. Saved by Gardner.
He's got a little bit too excited on the steal, trying to break the press as well.
Mathis goes to work and lost it. The active hands from Jordan Merritt. It's been a nice start. The native of Plano, Texas.
I think you can see Florida right now putting their dominance on the defensive end, getting active. And then on the offensive end, you just see Merritt down low, the high-low, the positioning, sealed. She faced up to the guard on the wing, and then when the ball gets reversed to the top, you see her immediately seal down low her defender. That's why she got the positioning and the easy put in.
Officially a foul called, Brittany, on Jazziana Mathis. That's her first, and the Gators right now on a 6-0 run. Led by Jordan Merritt. Another post touch, getting the ball in the paint, ripped away by Tori Pierce. They don't have numbers. Pierce coast to coast. Push it ahead for Smith. Merritt lines it up.
And Merritt right now for Florida on fire offensively. Defensively as well, she already has 2 steals. You can see the confidence brewing in her right now.
Got a long 2 for Jordan Merritt and a 13-4 start. A team that can surprise many in the SEC this year. We're slotted 11th in the preseason polls, is thrown off Kiki Smith.
And I think sometimes when you're given that, almost, you kind of take it as a little disrespect. Hey, you're grading us that low right now. We have something to prove, and we're going to prove it day in and day out, game in and game out, and you're going to earn that respect that we deserve.
And I think the difference for the Gators this year is the amount of experience they have coming off the bench. Nina Rickards, Christina Moore, these were every game starters the last couple of years.
And what you can do when you have that experience is you can start certain people, certain games, depending on the matchups that you like versus the team that you're playing. And when you can bring leadership off the bench like that, 2-3 minutes in, it just elevates the way that you can play because you're not dropping off at all when Florida goes through their bench, no matter who they bring off.
Alberti Rimdahl also in, the native of Denmark. She's the first point guard off the bench, number 5 in white. New to this program as a freshman. Give it inside to Merritt off the Cyclone spin. Just too strong, but can't finish at the bucket. And we'll have a tie-up. Namaya Pierce and Merritt, pair of number 12s battling underneath, and the alternating possession stays with the Gators.
I think, Kyle, you can tell that Florida is trying to dominate inside. They're trying to make their presence known in the post position right now because they know they have the size difference and that favors Florida.
Coach Mo Smith said this is such an exciting opportunity for Flagler, especially for a lot of these players from the state of Florida. Tori Pierce, who has that New York mentality, goes to the bucket, gets fouled.
See, frustrated that she didn't get the and one, but you can see the defense into offense. And like you said, and you spoke about, they've got some Florida natives on their team as well. So coming into this environment, playing here against the University of Florida, you know they're going to come to play. Maybe a little bit of nerves early on in this game, not really connecting on a lot of shots right now, but finding themselves at the free throw line.
Coach Smith said that Tori Pierce is a competitor, a New York kid from Bay Shore, New York. A JUCO transfer to Flagler College, went to Tallahassee Community College to start her collegiate career. Last year, led this team in just about every offensive category.
And she was picked to be all-conference on her squad as well this season, preseason.
Briggs, the pull-off pop, left short, and going over the top.
A hand on the shoulder gets you that over the top every time. But I like the aggressiveness that Florida's going to the boards offensively. If a shot is missed, you can see them looking to attack to get a second and third chance opportunity.
And for Lavender Briggs, Brittany trying to get 100% healthy, dealt with that foot issue, missed the final 8 games of last year, and trying to get her back to 100%. As Mathis misfires from deep. Briggs, long lead ahead, Ricards. Swallowed up, lost it, goes out, Flagler ball.
But great pass ahead by Lavender Briggs. I like the court vision that she sees. She passes ahead, unselfish basketball.
Gators, good start to this one about halfway through the first on an 8-0 run. Gators a 9-point lead. Jordan Merritt red hot to begin this one. Comes to town, so getting in one final exhibition for the start of a new year. Tori Pierce will play the point. We start this segment, dump it inside.
Great find.
Good look from McCormick.
Great find. Florida gets lost defensively a little bit, sucked in on the drive on Pierce, and you've got to respect the way that she can attack because she'll hit a mid-range jumper. She is very good offensively. Quiet early on, but she can get hot.
Pierce last year, 4 assists a game. Rimdahl, that's her range from deep. Briggs swats it out.
Her range is even further back.
Yeah.
She can shoot the ball, and they're so happy to have her on this roster. And she brings in, she's from an international player, so she knows where that line is, and she can shoot from deep.
Yeah, we're talking to Julian Asabe before the game, and mentioned that Rimdahl is just a knockdown three-point shooter.
Cold-blooded from deep, as we like to say.
Yeah. Swatted out by Ricards.
Kyle, I really like the way Florida's playing with a lot of intensity on the defensive end. They're getting a lot of tips on the ball. They're focused on getting 10 steals in this game. I talked to some of the coaches and said, hey, that's what we want. We want to get 10 steals. We want to hit 10 threes. There's a lot that they want to do in this game and they want to see, and you can see it starting on the defensive end.
By the way, I know it's going to come back to me, so I want to make sure I say Julian's last name correctly. Asabe. I knew that.
I'm just going with Julian. Coach Julian.
I was talking to Julian yesterday, and he was gloating about the fact that he replaced John Stockton on the bench at Montana State.
That's big shoes to fill.
Yeah. Here's Franco. 10 to shoot. McCormick. Inside, Franco got foul with the shot clock waning away. Foul called on Christina Moore.
Those are the hard ones to take when the shot clock's all the way down, under 5 almost, and you get a foul call. Just a little late rotation on the drive over, and gets caught with the foul.
There's Kelly Ray Finley, and these players are fired up to get a chance to play for Kelly.
Yes,
great recruiter, great coach. And
phenomenal person. Always friendly to be around, always is going to say hey to you, speak to you. And I think they're excited to get on this floor and to play for her this season.
Kelly Ray Finley, of course, former assistant prior to this at Arizona for one season. Spent some time at the University of Colorado and then in the Ivy League at Harvard.
Great basketball pedigree.
Gators up 5. Tonders to good positioning, dances off the front of the rim. Body's on the floor. It doesn't matter that it's an exhibition.
No, it doesn't at all, and I like the hustle. She misses the shot, but she doesn't just hang her head and let the rebound go. She fights for the rebound, gets the jump ball, so now Florida has the arrow back in their favor. It's a great entry pass. That's a great lob pass from Christina Moore on the wing. She fights for it after she misses it, because as a post player, there's nothing worse when you have a position like that. It's an open layup, and then you miss the layup. You have to fight for it back, and you like to see that as a coach. If you miss it, you're going to still fight for it.
Kiki Smith on the ball, great on-ball defender. Boy, what a finish she had to last year. Rimdahl, the takeaway. Loose ball, shovel ahead. Smith was tomahawk chopped and fouled.
And Florida has a lot of great guard defenders on their hand. They got another one in the freshman Rimdahl. You see the on-ball defense that she gets, and then the court awareness to just pass the ball up to Kiki. You see defending over, she jumps over the handoff, gets a tip on it, fights for it, and then just the touch pass up. Her eyes are always up. She sees the floor so well.
How about the end of the season that Kiki Smith had last year? First and foremost, she finished top 5 in the SEC in points per game, but you think of some of those SEC tournament performances that she had. 36-point performance against Kentucky, over 40 against Missouri.
And Florida needed each one of those points. And it's not a selfish type of basketball that Kiki Smith plays with. You hear the numbers that she was playing, that she got, the points that she got, but she was passing the ball, she was rebounding the ball, she was doing what her team needed, and it wasn't a selfish 30-plus or a selfish 40. She goes out there and she plays hard each and every night, and now I think she has a lot more weapons on the floor with her so that she won't have to necessarily get those numbers unless Florida really needs it, but she can get it, and she's proven it.
McCormick can't connect on the other end. It's Broughton. Lines it up, rebound Tonders. Now Smith surveys. Good pick and roll action for Tonders.
And we talk about Kiki Smith, the unselfish basketball that she plays with. She drew the defense in on the drive. It's a great screen and roll. The roll was there. And then Tonders with the finish around the basket.
Nice stretch for Florida and the response.
It's a great response.
Stacey Miller with the three.
With confidence.
Last year, a career high over 6.5 points as the Gators lost it on the other end. Flagler sticking around early, about 7 and change into this one.
Yeah, coming out slow, but they're fighting their way back in. Not giving up at all.
7-7 last year for Flagler. They played a conference-only schedule. Played some Division I teams, those exhibitions. They've not beaten a Division I team in their program's history. McCormick, little jab step.
And that's something they would like to do.
Smith runs the floor. Broughton, aggressive take. Banks it in, plus the harm.
And one. Florida stretching out the floor offensively, zipping the ball around on that outside three-point line, and then a lane to the basket. And Zippy going in for it.
Zippy zipping in for two.
I like the drive, the body control that she plays with. She's bringing a lot of experience, a lot of veteranship to this Florida program coming in from Rutgers.
Kelly Ray Finley had said that her biggest adjustment this year for Zippy Broughton was playing off the ball. They originally recruited her, Brittany, out of high school. She wound up going to Rutgers, but she played a lot of point guard at Rutgers this year, now playing the off guard a little bit. And more of a scoring role for her this season, so that is the biggest adjustment. And we'll see how she does. As Breaks comes in, Broughton comes out. Great addition for this team on both sides of the ball. Zippy Broughton, former 5-star recruit, one of the best players in the state of Alabama when she came out.
I mean, it's just exciting to have her on this Florida roster. I think Florida is excited to have her and to see what she can do.
Muscled look inside for Miller. Gators want to move fast. That's another thing Coach Finley had mentioned. Break straight but short.
Coach Finley talking about wanting to get more possessions in, and I think in that saying, hey, we're gonna let them play some basketball, not calling every play, letting them read situations, and you've seen that early. Right now in transition, reading it, if it's there, a stop and pop, a drive to the basket, a travel, moved before she put the ball down. I might have had the shot on the catch, but that's just something learning in the flow of basketball and game basketball. Different than practice.
And Coach Finley had mentioned that they had a scrimmage against Miami, had about 72 possessions, and that's kind of near where Arkansas is, who's near the top in pace in the country. So they want to maximize the amount of possessions they get in a game.
And we've seen early in this game, there's not a lot of shot clock rundown on Florida's offense right now. They've been pushing it in transition when they get it. They're hitting shots early. They're looking for shots early. We see it at the top of the key. Woo!
Knocked down. Now Birdie Rimdahl the tray.
First of many threes I think we're going to see from her.
She's had a lot of international experience in Denmark. Represented the Danish women's national team.
I was going to say, even though she's a freshman, playing on the international team for Denmark, that brings a lot of experience. That brings a lot of confidence coming into the games. And you can see it here. A reversal, just catch and shoot. And what a pretty shot from the top of the key. I mean, nothing but the bottom of the net.
And sometimes you see great shooters that have ugly form, but she has outstanding form for a shooter.
It's very pretty.
Good start to her Gator career. It was the first made three for Florida. Meanwhile, at the line, Keegan Brace, native of Longwood, Florida.
And we talked about Flagler, Florida. You know she wants to come here and put on a show. They're playing hard right now. They're staying in this game, only down 10.
You asked the question. You said you have a lot of Florida kids on your team. You have to think that they're extra fired up to play at Exact Tech Arena.
It seems like anytime you have a Florida, someone who grew up in the state of Florida or from Florida that comes back here, they play a little bit extra, a little bit harder than they normally do. They have fans, a lot of fans in the stand because Flagler's not that far away over in St. Augustine as Lavender Briggs hits the second three for Florida.
Last year shot it at a 32% clip, trying to grow more as an outside threat. As Smith takes it away. Smith accelerates through for two.
And this is the momentum that Florida needs to end this first quarter. Flagler was staying it around, but Florida's saying, hey, hold on, hold those horses.
Ballooned it up to 14 points. Gators have led for all but 15 seconds of this quarter. They can hold for the final shot off a takeaway. Manu, give it up, Smith, eyes and flies. Can't hit. And we hit the end of the first quarter. Great end to the first for the Florida Gators. Hit 5 of their final 7 shots. And the energy player on the floor, Kiki Smith. Defense and offense, it's part of her MO. Getting it started early for the orange and blue. Start of the second quarter here at Exact Tech Arena. 2 in-state schools, and when you have in-state schools, you have some connections usually. There's Erica Lang Montgomery right now on the bench for Kelly Ray Finley, head coach of Flagler for 10 seasons, the longest tenured coach, the all-time winningest head coach in Flagler history, 2019 Peach Belt Conference Coach of the Year, 2 of the best seasons in Flagler program history as head coach there. And I talked to her yesterday. I said, Erica, we're going to get you some TV time today. And she said, well, thank you. She was happy about it. And there's Erica right there.
Hydrating up for this game. And she's a coach that, I mean, Florida got a great one when they got her back here, played here, an alumni from here, a lot of experience. And you can see her pedigree at Flagler was just phenomenal.
There's Leah Weish. Her full name, Talia Weish, likes to go by Leah. Wearing 00, part of the Weish twin sisters, members of that 4-player freshman class. Here got lost defensively. Pierce can't lay it in. Weish taps it to Smith. Bodies spit everywhere as Ricards claims it. Smith slow to get back. Familiar trio on the floor of Smith, Ricards, and Briggs. What we've seen over the previous 2 years. And a top rebounding trio as well.
Just last year alone, averaging almost 20 rebounds per game at the guard position. It was just unheard of. And any given night, one of those guards was probably the leading rebounder.
Looks like Briggs, rather Ricards, playing the point in this segment as we have a foul off the ball.
And Kyle, I think what Florida can do if they want to with the guards that they have right now, Kiki doesn't have to bring the ball up every single time for them. They can have other players bring the ball up because they all have that point guard mentality and the ability to bring it up against a press.
Briggs lets loose another halfway down. Rebound for Nemaya Pierce, who's a big part of that front court they're trying to build, a 5th-year senior. They have some veteran pieces, but it dips after a couple of 5th years and a 6-year senior. They have a lot of youngsters after that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a drop-off. It's either young or old.
That's what Coach Mo Smith echoed to us yesterday.
Great positioning.
Foul underneath. That'll go on Nemaya Pierce.
See Weish down low, kind of getting that seal on the backside. Not hooking the player, but enough to get the foul. Flagler had to hold on to her. It would have been a left-handed layup.
Briggs will fire in for Ricards. Open look, Smith. Right to Weish.
Positioning down low. If it's gonna, a lot of times, if you shoot it from the right, it's coming off on the left-hand side, and Weish getting on that backside rebound.
Gators trying to continue to build their front court over the last couple years. Faith Doot not available tonight. We'll see her during the year. It's just a kickball in transition. And that's part of what the Weish sisters are going to bring this program, is an inside presence that maybe lacked years prior.
An inside presence, and I think more rebounding from the post position, because they like to get inside, position themselves. We've seen it early, get those rebounds, fight for the rebounds. And with Faith Duke not available here today, that's going to allow them to come in and get some more game time minutes. Game time experience.
This will be a foul here on Florida. Foul called on Kiki Smith. Tell you go to any practice during the year and you just see how Kiki moves around her teammates. She knows everybody's assignment. She's the epitome of a leader.
Absolutely, and that's what you want on your team, especially when you're bringing in some freshmen, the 4 freshmen, that they can look and see, hey, this is what leadership looks like. This is what, Kiki Smith isn't going to be here next year. How are we going to fill those roles? Even from the sophomore, junior, you want that leadership day in and day out, and you get it with Kiki Smith.
And she decided with the extra COVID eligibility that every player got last year to come back for a 5th year and play for Kelly Ray Finley. Her teammates had done a lot of lobbying after last year. Brought from the parking lot.
From the parking lot and with a lot of confidence.
Well beyond that new arc here in the women's game, as Smith goes crashing into the cheerleaders, draws a travel. Let's see if this was logo range, Brittany Davis. Zippy brought.
Right. You see Zippy on the backside. She's 2-3 feet behind the 3-point line, going right in, and the smile afterwards. She just brings a lot of energy to this team, and that's what, Kiki does it as well, and now she has Zippy to help her out, and just from the guard position, a lot of smiles and just having fun out there playing basketball.
Former Alabama Miss Basketball. Underneath Weish, power dribble, throws that into the first row. Also for Broughton, Gatorade Player of the Year in Alabama. She was a 5-star recruit entering Rutgers. Originally recruited, like we mentioned, by Florida, Kentucky, and Rutgers. Played 3 seasons in Piscataway. A veteran coming to this group in her senior year. We talked about this in the pregame with the arc back a little bit. That was Marta Franco stepping out. Players not knowing their positioning in the corners.
Yeah, you have to find it, because when you see the 3-point line, it goes over to the side, and obviously there's more room at the top and on the wings, but when you go to the sidelines, you're losing some footage, and you have to know you can't step back. If you're a player that likes to step into the 3, when you're on the baseline sides, you have to know that and come in a little bit. You can't put your foot back or you're going to get that out-of-bounds call.
Rimdahl the long rebound. Broughton extra kick, Briggs, corner 3. Tonders just reaching over the top.
Great rebounding fights by Florida, and you can see that's causing a Flagler timeout, because those missed box outs they don't like.
Gators on that trip, a 3rd opportunity at balloon their lead to 21 on a 7-0 spurt. More second quarter action next.
The way that they have confidence playing together. And I really like how Florida right now is being unselfish with the basketball, making the extra pass.
All 3 of them had about 6.5 at least rebounds per game. Slicing through to the bucket is Taylor Gardner. First head-to-head meeting since 1979, so it's been a while between these 2 schools.
Just a little while.
Rimdahl. She's a sniper from deep.
She's just ready to shoot it at any time. And that's if you're someone watching and you want to be a shooter, look at the way she just catches and shoots. It's a quick release. It's not overthinking it. She's confident in the way that she shoots it, and she's confident because she puts in the extra work. The times that I have been and not been able to go to a practice, she's there afterwards putting up shots. There before putting up shots. She just puts so much time into it, so it's second nature to her. Muscle memory. Catch, shoot, lock and load, ready to go.
Reminds you a lot, Brittany, of a touch of Funa Nakasoglu, who played in this program a couple years ago.
I mean, I think she's a player who can, some records might be in jeopardy. That's all I got to say.
Pierce trying to navigate through. Gardner, McCormick, a rainbow 3.
Flagler trying to stay with it, getting some shots up, but Florida doing a great job, and you see the reversal pass again. She could have shot that, decided not to give it back up, pass it around to find a better look.
Wide open, knocks it down again.
She wanted it from the top of the key again. Didn't like it from the wing. She said, hey, I'm going to reverse the ball around and I'm going to be open. I'm not sure why Flagler is not sliding over to defender.
And when you accelerate your pace, it allows your shooters, right, Brittany, to be open in the corners or on the wings.
Yes.
It gets the defense kind of out of position.
And a lot of times, a lot of shooters like transition basketball. When you can run the floor in transition, you can catch and shoot. And she's the type of player that she has the ability to, in transition, stop and pop with confidence. And that's what you like to see.
Rimdahl 3 for 4. Does she try another? Smith thought about it. Backs in. Great move from number 1.
Just the finesse around the basket. She reads the defense, spins off, and finishes strong.
Gators on a 15-2 run over the last 4 minutes or so. Chance for Kelly Rae Finley tonight to see a lot of the depth that she may have on that bench, especially the freshman. Inventive shot here from Franco against the bucket.
Not just all the depth that she has, I think the different lineups that you can put in together. The way that Florida's playing right now, we've seen a lot of different lineups, different matchups that you can play against, what's going to work better against certain teams, how players play together in certain parts of the game. It's really good to be able to see all these different lineups.
And meanwhile, for the Gators, first action for Jariah Warren, who was the top player in the state of Louisiana last year, Gatorade Player of the Year. Provides the Gators a lot of length at that guard position. See what kind of role she plays this year. Manu, a tray. So this is a different lineup that Coach Finley gets to observe. And good thing about exhibitions for coaches is you get to go back and actually watch game tape against another team. Gators had one scrimmage against Miami, a closed door scrimmage. Rimdahl stop and start.
And Rimdahl, a player for Florida too, who can also play that point position if need be.
Toner is trying to get strong underneath, comes away with it. Around the bend, Rimdahl.
A little flat on the shot. You can see it on the release. She knew it as well. Great rebound, though.
Smith had the 3 fingers up in the air off the ball as that ball was airborne.
I think everybody has confidence in each other, and that's what you like to see when you're a coach, saying, hey, we like the confidence. They want to pass her the ball. They want her to shoot the ball. They want her to let it fly because they know she can knock down the shot, and you saw it in Kiki Smith giving her that confidence. The freshman saying, hey, we want you to shoot the ball like that.
30-second timeout on the floor. Well, for the Gators right now, 5 made trays for the game, and it's been Rimdahl who has led the way for this Florida team from beyond the arc. 3 of 5 from distance for the freshman.
I mean, she's just an assassin from deep. You see at the top of the key, just catch and shoot. She does it from the wing as well. She likes the top of the key. You can see coming back around to it, letting it fly. But again, it's just the quick release. And that's a freshman coming in and playing with a lot of confidence. And not only shooting the ball well defensively, she's telling people where to go. She just ran by us, saying, hey, pick up the ball. I'm going to this backside. And again, you just can't speak enough about the confidence that she comes in with at that freshman position. And I think a lot of that comes from the international play that she's been able to play.
Kelly Rae Finley said, yes, she's a great three-point shooter, but she's more than that. And they're going to continue to showcase her skills as the year moves along. Just not just a three-point shooter, but can do a lot of different things. And we'll give a chance to give Kiki Smith some spells on the bench to get a breather, maybe not play 40 minutes a game at the point.
And you've really got to like it when you're a coach and that's your freshman coming in and doing that and playing with that type of confidence. And you have confidence in her to come in and, like you said, give Kiki a little bit of time off the ball as well, even if she's on the floor like she is right now. Like they're playing together at that 1-2 position, interchangeable. And you see the drive to the basket. We're talking about her, and Birdie says, hey, I'm going to take the ball all the way in as well. I am not just a three-point threat. I can also drive to the basket. And with her ability to drive to the basket, that's going to allow her to get even more threes from outside.
Slips off for Smith, batted out by Tatiana Weish, who goes by Tati, part of the twin sisters. And here is that expanded skill set for Alberti Rimdahl.
She must have known we were talking about her. You see, they're playing up on her now, but she says, hey, I can drive to the basket. The seal on the backside by the post player drew the defense away, but she can finish so well around the basket, and she can also pass the ball really, really well. Her court vision is amazing.
Pierce was blocked by Smith, and that's going to be Kiki's second. Bryn Farrell will get set to come in for the first time.
And in these exhibition games, it's something, too, to see how are games going to be reffed a little bit differently. I feel like each year there's something new that they're trying to touch upon, and how are we going to get away with a little touch foul? Are you calling more touch fouls? And I think, it's great to see, like, hey, okay, I got to stay off a little bit. I can't get hands on quite as much on the ball because they're calling that this game.
Drive to the basket and the swat from Warren. That bench was on its feet, thought it was clean. See Faith Duke in the back.
You have to like the excitement from the bench from Florida, excited that their teammate almost got that block, got called with a foul from the sideline ref. And
there's that length from Jariah Warren. But 200 blocks in her high school career, had over 1,500 points, 1,000 rebounds, 500 assists, and 200 blocks. And Brittany, you be the judge.
Coming over, ooh.
Hand coming through, though.
Yeah, but maybe it was the off arm, not the block. Maybe she had a hand on the body, because the block from the side, as a former post player, I'd give her the block. But yeah, can't argue with the ref. That's gotta look before you pass. That's a post player down low. She knew she had someone on the wing, lost control of the ball. That's just a learning step for the freshman.
Pierce can't connect, and Flagler's one and done. Final minute and change here for the first half. Warren drives through, slipping through for two, plus the foul.
Dwyer getting in there, slicing around, and then moves the ball in the air from the right to the left to finish with the left hand. Coming across the middle, you see holding it around. Smart puts it on the left-hand side because she wasn't going to finish on the right because the help was there. The defense came. Moves it to the left. Great touch around the basket for the freshman.
Yeah, it's not an easy move to switch hands in midair. She's part of a team in LaGrange High School that went 30-1 her senior year, and of course she was the biggest part of that. Back-to-back state championships. Went 62-5 her final 2 years in high school.
It's not a lot of losses.
No.
Lots of wins.
Pierce attacking in, Merritt the rebound. Now Broughton runs the show. Explores inside to the bucket. Good Gator debut for number 4, nearing double figures with 8. And a good showing to start from the orange and blue. Merritt the rebound.
Florida doing a great job of getting rebounds and pushing the ball up the floor. Flagler not getting a lot of offensive rebound looks.
Warren slides inside for the floater. About a 6-second differential, so now Flagler can hold for the final shot. Final 10 seconds. Gardner with 5. Miller goes out, and the Gators will get a chance here with 2.2 to go.
2.2. This is a good chance right here to see, hey, what would we do if we need points in 2.2 seconds?
Flagler not pressing up, so allows the Gators to roll the ball to midcourt. Broughton eyes the timer, will launch. Almost banked it in.
She thought she got fouled. Yeah, I thought she got fouled too. I thought maybe they were calling that foul, but they didn't. Florida gets it off. Good look at the basket for sure. And you can see Coach Mo Smith saying, hey, we've got to pressure up a little bit.
So a good debut for Kelly Ray Finley's squad. 51 first half points. It's the Gators rocking and rolling this exhibition. Halftime show next here on the SEC Network. Against Missouri and Tennessee, a game where the Gators really played Tennessee hard,
really
tooth and nail.
Yeah.
Just couldn't finish, and that's going to be another big part to this team, is can they have better fourth quarters and better finishes to games.
And here's a way to get it going. In this exhibition game, you're up big. How do you play when you're up? And a lot of times you can see, how do you play when you're down? This is a chance where you can see, how do we play together when we're up by how much we are? Do we keep the gas pedal on, or do we let it off and let Flagler sneak back in? Flagler's going to try to sneak back in, as you can see on the drive. The push in, not setting up the offense. Defensively, Florida out of position, and Flagler makes them pay.
Basket from Taylor Gardner. Played some of her high school basketball at Creekside, St. John's, Florida. Ball movement here as Broughton drives inside for the teardrop.
It's just the way that she plays. You can see that she just plays with a lot of confidence, driving in there, hitting the shot, kind of standing there defensively saying, hey, I'm going to pick you up right here. If you're going to stay right here, I'm going to pick you up 94 feet from the basket.
Had that foot injury last year, started 7 of the 10 games for Rutgers, averaged about 8 points per game.
And for her, when you're coming off of an injury like that, you don't get to play a full season, the confidence, you should be able to come back and get back on the court. And the energy that she's playing, you know she's excited to get back out there and play some basketball.
Manu, reversal style, can't finish. 0 for 2 to start the half, but Merritt just standing tall, rips it away. Now Smith off the bump. Briggs passes up the 3. More into her range, and Tori Pierce not going to get away with the hand contact.
And Lavender Briggs, a player, she could have caught that and shot it at the three-point line, but she really likes the mid-range game. She likes the one dribble pull-up around that free throw line, and she's so good at it. Flagler cut her off, but she stopped, ends up getting the foul call. She was going to position the ball back out to her guard for possibly a shot, but Florida able to get it underneath out of bounds and practice some of these things that you want to be able to score on your underneath out of bounds, and that is what Florida does. You don't just want to get the ball in bounds. You want to have plays where you can score easy and quick. And Manu getting into the rim, another three-point play. She started the game with a three-point play, and now she's starting the second half with another three-point play. Or potential three-point play.
So
and she gave it to me, thank you.
A chance to play with her teammates. Brittany got a chance to see some games last year in her home country in Brazil, being stuck there during the pandemic, but the only communication she had with her teammates was over Zoom and the cardboard cutout they had as a team last year.
Always had her on the sideline with her, but that's just a hard thing to do, to be away from your team, away from what you've been used to for the past 2-3 years, and then you're stuck back, can't get in. She tried to get in multiple times, but just was unable to. So she's very excited to be out here and to be playing with her teammates again.
Got really creative in the workouts that she did in Brazil over the pandemic. And she said that she worked out with a team of 16, 17-year-olds just to stay loose. And Kelly Rae Finley had said that she came back in great shape. Really a testament to the amount of work that she put in during the offseason, as we'll get the explanation as to this break in the action. And Brittany Davis, you have the floor.
They're going to go ahead and look and see if Jordan Merritt used a little bit excessive elbow when she was going down in the post. I didn't really see the play, but they saw it down low, so they're just going to check that out to make sure that it wasn't anything more than just incidental contact.
So we'll take another look at that. Her old friend, the replay monitor. Take another look here.
And see off, just positioning herself in the baseline ref. Gonna look at that. Looks like it's a motion to go ahead and try to seal on the backside. She's trying to get position around. Didn't swing it. It'll be interesting to see what their call is. She didn't go ahead and swing it. It was all kind of a slow motion move to kind of fight herself around that fronting. The defense was trying to front her, and she's trying to get around it.
Right now it's a common foul.
Yep.
See if this is a flagrant 1.
It will be interesting because it didn't look like she swung it hard.
I just don't know the intent.
Yeah, I don't either.
Intention
yes,
behind
exactly.
it. And I think that's what they're trying to decipher here. And now we'll get our explanation as to the fate here of Jordan Merritt. It looks like this will be.
And it upgraded to not a flagrant, but just lost what she said. A foul. There was an intent behind it, so Flagler is going to get to shoot a free throw, and then they're going to get the ball right here in front of us at half.
So Jazziana Mathis will knock down the first of 2 and get possession. Sometimes, it comes down to playing maybe smaller competition is like physically where the elbows do wind up going because, it's Jordan Merritt right now towering over everybody on the floor.
And going around, and sometimes you get a little bit too aggressive, and that's what the referees felt that it was, but able to stay on the floor after the foul.
McCormick double dribble. I think she forgot she dribbled. Christina Moore comes in. And we'll see what kind of role Brittany Christina Moore plays this year because she came into this season starting all but 2 games. So maybe, and Kelly Rae Finley said, look, we're going to go game by game as to what our starting 5 looks like. So maybe it is much different come Tuesday than what we saw tonight. Not drastically different, but maybe some changes.
And I think with that, sometimes it's going to be who we're playing. How do we match up with them? What is our best lineup to match up with well off the tip? And so I think we talked about it previously here tonight, being able to come in here in this game and put in different lineups to see how they play together as well, I think is key.
How about the start for Flagler? They've outscored Florida 6-5 out of the locker room. Sophie Van Dyke with that basket, and travel called here, and the Gators turn it over.
And that's one of those you want to get out of your system right now. It's almost a practice turnover, or where you're in practice, you see the ball in there and you just don't put it down. Dragged her foot when she was passing it inside to try to get that post position for Jordan Merritt.
Gators' 9th team turnover. Gators have had 11 points off turnovers in this game. They've forced Flagler into 13. Mathis, the step back, difficult look. Right towards Tori Pierce. How about the Saints to come out of the locker room for head coach Mo Smith?
And Flagler coming out with some fire, saying, hey, we're not going away quietly. You can see coming in here, aggressively rebounding the basketball, getting a second look. That's something that Florida did a good job of in the first half, was rebounding the ball defensively. Right now, Flagler getting another look, but you see Florida getting another look offensively as well. Florida's got to buckle down here.
Smith, 2 open looks for the Gators on that trip. Gators come up empty. There you see the rebound differential in this game after Briggs had that offensive rebound. Rattles around and off for Mathis. Merritt claims it towards Broughton. Getting flashy in traffic. Will pull up, limited space. And Mathis rips it away in a 2-on-none break. Gardner all alone strides to the bucket. And a timeout for Kelly Rae Finley.
You could feel it right when it was going. Coach Finley saying, hey, we're going to get a little timeout, little break. We're not getting back defensively. Shots aren't falling. We're getting a little lazy.
Best stretch of the game for Flagler. 8-0 run last 2 minutes. Beautiful part of the state of Florida, St. Augustine. I lived there for a little bit. Part of the Peach Belt Conference. Not been in the NCAA fairly long, since 2009. They've been a member of Division II, and it was Erica Lang Montgomery, who right now on the Gator bench, who coached in the 2nd year of their NCAA full eligibility. After 10 seasons, it's been Mo Smith. This is his 3rd. Merritt off the tight spin, can't finish.
I like the positioning down low, getting in the paint, getting out of the paint, but then not taking a wasted dribble. On this spin, she used the dribble to get around the defender and then gets the foul call to find herself at the line. But, talking about Flagler coming in, they were excited about this game. They're going to put a lot of fight in. They want to use every game to get better. And when you can, start the season in an exhibition game or just start the season and play against a University of Florida, a high Division I school, that's just going to make it better for you down the stretch. The better competition you play early on is going to bring you some experience when you have those games in your conference down the road.
Pick to finish in a tie for 6th in the Peach Belt, as Moore just muscles it away, utilizing that strength.
And get in the weight room.
That's off-season work
right there. Yeah, that's off-season work right there. So it sounds like you got to get in the weight room a little bit. She muscles it through, pulls it, rips it right away from Flagler, and then goes up strong. You can see Christina Moore saying, hey, I'm here to do what I can for my team.
16-3 edge in offensive rebounds. All those bicep curls, they pay off. You know, people tell you, Kyle, what are you doing all those bicep curls into the mirror for? Look, it pays off. If I want to become a basketball star one day.
Boy, just in case.
McCormick can't connect. Rebound Briggs. Ricards, Moore, Briggs, Rimdahl, and Merritt. So no Kiki Smith out of that official timeout. Moore navigates through, unwashed to the bucket. Gators have hit 60 points, have a 30-point lead. It's the Australian Christina Moore.
And Christina Moore taking advantage, driving to the basket on the right-hand side. And Florida doing a great job of just sharing the wealth offensively. You've got 2 players in double figures and then a lot chipping in with 5, 8 points around the bucket.
Rimdahl says, why not?
Rimdahl says, if you're not going to pick me up, all defense comes, they leave her. You never leave the ball. She's probably the easiest point she might get all season.
And you never leave a shooter, too.
Never leave the shooter, exactly. The leading scorer for Florida right now, in fact, with 13 points.
Yeah, they're fired up about Bertie Rimdahl. 13 points, efficient 5 of 7. As we head to another break, Gators right now a 32-point lead. Rimdahl defensively getting her hand in the passing lane. And the Gators all over Flagler. You look at the national championship banners on the men's side here for the University of Florida. And exciting on Tuesday, not only, Brittany, will we kick off a new season, but both the men's and the women's will play on this court on November 9th. It'll be a nice doubleheader.
Absolutely. I always enjoyed doubleheaders. The excitement that it brings to the arena. Lots of fans coming in. You get to see back-to-back when you're playing. You get to just kind of watch the guys play as well. It's a lot of fun when you have those doubleheaders.
I suggest you come out and try to watch both, and if you can't, then you're stuck with us, I guess, for both. Both games will be on the SEC Network Plus. Gators will play Georgia State, and on the men's side, will take on Elon to kick off their new season. They had an exhibition here against Emory-Riddle as Moore travels for the second time tonight.
And on the same way, on a reversal, on a pass in, just dragging that back foot.
Kelly Ray Finley watches on her team, and Smith, the easy takeaway, the sidestep, and the foul. So go on Mathis. Kiki quickly will head to the stripe. Active hands, Brittany. That
Absolutely.
is a part of the resume for Kiki Smith.
And you can see Kiki Smith playing off the ball. Some people play on the ball tight. She backed up a little bit so she can read the position, almost like a safety does in football, kind of watching the eyes, seeing where she's trying to go. And Kiki does such a good job of just getting in the passing lane, getting the tip, and then going ahead and just pushing the ball in for the layup, but unfortunately misses the first.
Talked to Kiki in the pregame. She was rehabbing a shoulder issue in the preseason that she had worn a brace all of last year. Didn't have surgery on it, just rehabbed it. And she's getting close to 100%. Looks to be good tonight. And, you know, Kelly mentioned, you know, we have veterans. We have Kiki, we have Lav, who has been rehabbing her foot issue, and Kiki's been rehabbing her shoulder issue. And Manu didn't get a chance to play with the team last year. So, yeah, we have veterans, but not a lot have been able to play with each other during the offseason.
So these early games, especially in the exhibition game right now, it's going to be about, you know, getting that feeling together, playing together on the court. And like you said, you know, missing some basketball, playing with some injuries along the way. It's always nice to come in fresh. And then we hit on reversal, I was going to say, here goes another shot, and it's going in. And we're just seeing a glimpse of what Rimdahl is going to put on for Florida.
He never touches the rim for Rimdahl.
And it just is such a quick release. You've got to get a hand in her face, and even with the hand in her face, she's going to knock it down.
And that extra pass from Jariah Warren. So take another look.
And Kyle, I think that's the important thing. You see a pass from Kiki and then just a quick reversal. Florida has done such a great job of reversing the ball quickly and getting shots out of those passes.
Look at the slow motion rotation. That's a shooter
so
right
pretty.
there who lines up the ball.
When you see the ball spin like that, you know it's a shooter. When it's got the backspin like that, such a pretty shot. And just the confidence she's playing with right now, leading Florida right now in points with 16 points, 6 of 8 from the field, 4 of 6 from the three-point line. I think she's going to be on everyone's scouting report.
Yeah, other teams, and maybe that's the downside of us being here,
exactly,
is the fact that other teams are going to see it. Well, it was Flagler who got off to a nice burst to begin this quarter. The Gators have gone on a mini run of their own. They've hit their last 4 shots. Rimdahl, there you see it, 4 of 6 from deep, 16 points for the freshman, who's not like most freshmen because she has a lot of international experience, so playing older players, and she's had that opportunity to play in different atmospheres and test her skill set against different athletes.
And different athletes, different skill levels, players that are older than her, more physical than her, so she's had to play more physical. She's had to come in, and like you said, just the experience that you get overseas when you're playing like that is different than high school experience and the type of games that you're going to play in.
Another 3-point threat comes in. Bryn Farrell will pass it up. Weish spins through, splitting a double.
And you have to like the fight. The 3 players coming in for Flagler on her to defend her. She bats the ball down, almost loses it, but stays with it and splits the double team that comes down. She gets help side defense on one side, backside defense on the other, splits the defense and is able to score.
Part of first set of twin sisters in program history, and the 3rd set of sisters in program history as well. Mo Smith, hands on his hips, you can see it. He has seen enough. As we'll take another look, this was Leah Weish on that last bucket from American Heritage High School.
You can see fighting in. Flagler gets a hand on the ball. 3 Flagler players converge around her, but she's able to compose herself, reads the defense, and finishes with that left hand. And she likes the left hand because she is left-handed. So she likes to post up on that left-hand side.
Was Broward County Co-Player of the Year with her sister, Tatiana.
I mean, can you split it if they're twins? They got to share it, right?
Leah Weish was the Florida Dairy Farmers Player of the Year. They won 4 straight state championships at American Heritage. The 5th program in Florida history to do that at the high school level in the state of Florida. You see just a lot of storylines to talk about with this Florida team coming into the year, and that's the exciting part. As through the years, they've really built their depth, and they have improved their recruiting.
Late whistle on the backside. Christina Moore just reaching over the Flagler post player and getting that foul call.
The Australian Christina Moore.
Tong taking some shots from the free throw line because Florida's over the limit now with that foul. Good positioning down low by her.
Amuk Tong at the free throw line. Play for former Flagler head coach Charles C. Clark, the head coach at Bishop Kenny at the time she was there. Now Rimdahl playing the point. Open again. It'll be more to take.
Open again, but unselfishly passes the ball up to the top of the key.
Too unselfish that time.
I was gonna say, you got the hot hand.
Maybe in the regular season.
Yeah, a little different now.
Kelly Ray Finley says something about that. Pass to Tong, has Moore on the ground, and that's exactly what she does, Brittany, right? Hustle play.
Absolutely. Hustle play, making the extra effort to get that ball back for her team, and this is the flip side. Now Tong gets the foul. Christina Moore got it last time, and now Christina Moore is going to the foul line because Flagler's over the limit, shooting 2.
This is a place that the Gators have to improve because there's so many games that this team let get away, especially in conference play at the free throw line. They shot at 68% as a team last year, lower 3rd in the league.
I was going to say that's something that you want to improve upon. 68% from the free throw line. That's going to hurt you in a lot of games, especially in the SEC, but in any games in general, you want to be able to shoot well from the free throw line.
They're free for a reason, right?
Yep. Christina Moore knocking it down. And a lot of times for free throws, players can struggle with it in game, situations that are going on, you're emotional. But you've got to just get in the gym and get some muscle memory to where you're stepping to the line, you're knocking it down, doesn't matter what's going on, and shoot them when you're tired as well in practice and in and out of practice as well, just getting in the gym and practice.
Well, I'll say this, one person who does not have to improve her free throw shooting, that was Christina Moore. Yeah. She only missed 8 in 56 attempts, shot at a team best 86%. Clean stroke on those two. Gators at 70. This one well off the mark. And knowing it right away was Keegan Brace. Warren with the length. wins it away, muscling in off the Cyclone spin, a foul.
And Warren, you talked about her early in the broadcast, saying how she is. She's long, she's lean at that guard position, coming in and getting in the passing lane, fighting for it, and going all the way in defensively. You can see just reading the passing lane out, goes in, beats her off the dribble, and then Aware spinning, I think was maybe going to even look to pass to Rimdahl down low, but gets it with the foul, shooting foul, so gets herself at the line.
Jariah Warren, 6 foot from Lake Charles, Louisiana. 4-star recruit.
And you like to see your freshman coming to the line, knocking down 2 free throws.
Zippy Broughton comes back in. Good Gator debut for her in double figures, fishing 4 of 8 tonight. As McCormick goes coast to coast, not realizing there were 3 Gator jerseys surrounding her.
And really here in the third quarter for Florida, 2 minutes left. I really like to say I like what I've seen coming off the bench for Florida. Every player has come off with a lot of energy, coming in and making a difference on the floor for their team. No matter what player has come on and they've done something positive.
The pass from Franco right into the hands of the Gators. It's Warren who will push. Gators running their offense. No Briggs or Smith. See if Bryn Farrell hoists. Can't hit, left it short. It's one of those situations, Brittany, for Bryn Farrell, her first shot of the night. Maybe some extra butterflies, I don't know.
Yeah, you're coming in. She hasn't gotten a lot of good looks at the basket yet, but when she gets it, she can catch and shoot. She's another threat from deep for this Florida team. And, you know, when you're coming off the bench, you got to be able to step right in. And like you said, early in the season, that's why these games are good, to be able to come in, get that shot off so the next time you're ready to go.
McCormick squares it up, and the rebound goes for Tati Weish. Broughton glides all the way through, minimal resistance.
You saw the minimal defense by Pierce in that situation where Zippy just went right around her. You know, she's playing on her hip a little bit. She reads it over. Zippy sees the floor so well. No one really even picks her up, to be honest. Didn't pick her up until after the SEC logo. So, of course, a veteran player like that's going to take it all the way in. If nobody picks you up, you're 2 points.
And as a broadcaster, you know, I'm one with words, right? So I'm going to see what the over-under is in the amount of times I say zipping through the defense.
It's just so catchy.
Especially the way she plays, though.
Yeah,
you know?
she's so quick. You can see. She sees it well. She's ready to play defense. She's quick defensively. She's quick offensively. Lots of energy.
Farrell can't find Broughton. Pierce probably would have been last touch Florida, not sure, but nonetheless, Pierce going into the bench.
Great hustle by Pierce. You can see, too, in Flagler why she is going to be so good for this program. She plays with a lot of energy. She gets to the rim. She's playing defensively. She's playing against, you know, players that, you know, she doesn't see every day in her conference, so that's just going to build her up and make her even better.
Had a 34-point game last year against Francis Marion, had 45 more shots than the next player on the team. Tati Weish off the window. Got the twin sisters playing on the floor at the same time.
Is this the first time they've been on the floor together?
I believe it is. Brace, Leah Weish says, get out.
Wow, that is a block coming in across the middle. Help side defense just catching it in the air with the left hand and saying, not in my house, not tonight.
Emphatic. Thought Jariah Warren had a clean block before. It could have been up for debate, but that one there is no debate.
No debating.
Pierce with only 1 to shoot. McCormick gets it off. Can't hit. Flagler had a good start to the quarter, an 8-0 spurt. Gators end the frame on a 10-0 run last 3.5, and Kelly Rae Finley's team right now is locked in as we head to the final quarter of this exhibition matchup. It's been a good night for a lot of Gators, but how about Alberti Rimdahl, especially from deep?
I mean, she's been lighting it up. 4 of 6 from the three-point line. And, I mean, when she's open, she's shooting it. She's driving to the basket. She's leading the team right now with 16 points. She's really doing it all, but I just like the way that she's catch, shoot with confidence. Confidence right now, and you can see it's just beaming on her when she's on that floor.
Well, Kelly Rae Finley warned us, said she is lethal from 3, and now you see the numbers. First game inside Exact Tech Arena for her. Get the chance to make her official debut on Tuesday when the Gators welcome in Georgia State to begin a new season. Then the Gators will quickly head to Raleigh, North Carolina. They'll have a lot of good games out there, including taking on North Carolina State, who's always very good.
And they'll be at home, so that also...
Also Towson and Wofford in the WNIT Classic. Gators will also go to Puerto Rico over Thanksgiving, so they'll be traveling a bit over the next couple weeks. Nice spin move from Leah Weish and a touch around the rim.
You can see Florida's posts have worked on that little drop step spin to the middle to finish around the basket. And you talked about how Florida's going on the road a little bit. It's always interesting to see how your team plays on the road, especially early in the season. And you want that can be a great bonding experience because you're all together. You can't really go anywhere. You're playing together. You're at the hotel. You're going back in a tournament situation to get you ready for that postseason early on.
Smith will head to the foul stripe. We'll also see, too, if the Gators do find a way to maybe get to 100 in this game.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
Because you're a player, you think that way.
I was 78. There's 9 minutes left. You know, can Florida continue to push? Can they keep that gas pedal on right now, not let up? And I think that's what you want to close with. If you're Florida, you don't want to let up.
There you see just what Kiki Smith-Brittany did last year. First player in program history to lead the team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and minutes. And they're the numbers in SEC play.
I mean, it's really kind of unheard of when you lead the team in all 4 of those categories. They game in and game out, practice, whether it was practice or games, she always came to play, and it resulted with the stats that she got. And you know, the accolades probably should have been a little bit higher for all that she did.
As we'll have a travel here on Sophie Van Dyke, and you just think about late in the year, the Gators didn't have the record they wanted, but you know that's when Kiki stepped up and had some of the best performances from anyone around the league. 36 against Kentucky in the SEC tournament, 34 to end the year against Missouri. I mean, those were heroic type performances and what she was trying to do and what she was able to do.
Absolutely. With Lavender Briggs out with that foot injury, she really stepped up for her team.
That's a great point. And Briggs was not a part of the action for the final 8 games of the year. Leah Weish again off the roll.
What a great give and go. I mean, coming off the roll, the post players, the freshmen here, the Weish sisters really coming to play and showing what they can do down low for this Florida team that, you know, didn't have such a really strong post presence, you know, last season. I think coming in, we're seeing here that, you know, they're saying, hey, we're going to have a post presence this year. And you can see if Florida continues to push and play aggressive the way that they are, that 100's getting a little closer.
Gators now 23 points off turnovers. The misfire from Keegan Brace. The Gators are playing as if they want to find a way to get to 100. And Brittany, how about the development early here of Leah Weish, the freshman on the inside?
That's what I said, you know, you see they're going to go off the screen. Great pass by Nina Cards in and finishing. I mean, she's finished on the right. She's finished on the left, excuse me. Now she's finishing on the right. And then the hustle by Florida to pick the ball up in transition, continuing to push and then finish on that left-hand side. As the game continues to go on, they're continuing to fight for each possession, really.
Give it up, Ricards. Corner 3, right in front of her own bench.
And it's just, I think, the energy that Florida's playing with right now. Players are smiling. They're having a lot of fun, whether they're on the floor or they're on the bench. And that team camaraderie that they're playing with right now is just really great to see.
And Ricard's somebody who can shoot it from deep, doesn't often, as Jessiana Mathis has the response.
And Mathis says, hey, I can shoot it from deep. She's been quiet, but she has the ability to score. We talked about that earlier on. But, you know, you talk about Florida, you talk about Nina Ricards and her ability. She can shoot it from deep. She doesn't always do it, but she can.
She took 63 attempts last year, Brittany, and shot at a team best 33%.
Yeah,
You'll take 33%
absolutely.
from Ricard.
She's wise when she takes those shots, and you see that in the stats, in her percentages. She doesn't just hoist it up there every time she catches. She knows where she likes it, and if she's feeling it on that rotation around on a pass or off of the dribble.
Last year, career highs in points and rebounds for Nina. Manu got hacked underneath.
Florida doing a great job with underneath out of bounds here tonight. They're looking to score immediately. They've scored or they've gotten to the foul line. Not just getting the ball in bounds and settling with a pass up to the top of the key. And right now, Flagler has 2 players with 4 fouls. And Van Dyke and Mathis.
Well, Manu, we mentioned this is her first season back after missing last year, and the creative ways she tried to stay in shape. Her brother would pour cement in a container to make makeshift weights to lift, and would work out in a local school 90 minutes away from her home in Brazil and take advantage of some early morning gym time and during the social distancing. And then when that was loosened up, the opportunity to play with 16 and 17-year-olds.
And in the midst, still having to do school from afar.
Meanwhile, the Gators creeping closer to 100. Right now at 90 after that Ricard's bucket. Splashdown from Maya Pierce, 3rd leading scorer on the team last year for Flagler. Not sure if we have any fireworks graphics for if Florida does indeed, and we see 100 points.
6:30, 90 points. The way that they're playing right now, they definitely could.
Jump ball here. Alternating possession stays with Florida.
Substitution for the Gators. Number 14, Christina Moore. Number 20, Jariah Warren.
Gators most likely will have a day off tomorrow and then a chance to practice on Sunday and Monday, gearing up for Georgia State, who I'm sure is watching tonight. Bryn Farrell, wide open look.
Ooh. Just off the mark.
And that is where she's going to do her damage. About half of her attempts were from distance. And the 3 knocked down from Benj. Baker Benj from deep. SoundCloud, Florida native. Rimdahl with the left hand.
It's just the court awareness. She pretends she's going to the right to maybe pass it to the wing because there's a player in that corner, crosses back over and just takes it to the, you see the crossover back in, a slight screen from her post player, gets the position around her player, and then the post player who comes over for help side defense who makes the foul. Good post position by Florida on the backside to pull your defender away to open up that left-handed lane.
18 points. Yeah. How about that for a debut?
19.
Has that slight jump at the free throw line, much like we saw with Funda Nakasoglu.
Yeah, she had a little hop too. So now sitting at 19. It's a debut for the freshman.
One of 4 freshmen seeing their Gator debut tonight unofficially in this exhibition. Everything becomes official on Tuesday. Pressure gets amped up just a little bit. Mathis try to get the creative step back to go. Does draw the contact. Only the first team foul for the Gators in this quarter.
I was just going to say, going back to Rimdahl, 19 points in 24 minutes.
Efficiency at its peak.
Right? In 24, wait, maybe it's not 24. Hold on. I might have been looking at it. No, in 17 minutes. I was looking at something different.
So even better.
Even better.
Yeah, 19 points on 7 of 9 shooting in 17 minutes.
It's pretty good.
As Larry David would say, I don't know if you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, Brittany, but pretty good. I'm sure some people back in the control room got that one. Five and a half to go, and it's going to be a moving screen. Christina Moore, I can read her lips saying, I'm set. Not according to Luis Gonzalez. Dawn Marsh, Natasha Harris, part of our officials tonight. And it's an exhibition for them as well. They're trying to get back into game shape as Farrell gets the takeaway. Defense can't convert it into offense.
Oh, but Florida going to look for the steal in the transition. You can see even on the miss, Coach Finley encouraging her players, that's okay, let's get back, and almost getting another steal as Christina Moore fouls out with that foul.
Yeah, she fouled out of this game. The fun is over tonight for Christina Moore. She has to go to the bench with 5:11 to go. She's fouled out.
Number 12, Jordan Merritt.
Getting some feedback. A lot of people do like the Larry David reference that Brittany doesn't know. Cam Kinzer, the director of scouting and video operations, who is probably the greatest of all time, just texted me saying he loved the reference.
Hey, he is the greatest.
He is. There's Gator legends.
He's one of them.
I like it. Got a chance to talk to him today, yesterday at practice. Just good to be around the staff again. You know,
absolutely.
Exchanged pleasantries with Erica Lane Montgomery yesterday. And it's like,
and in person,
I haven't seen you in almost a couple of years. As Mathis again fired up, plus the foul.
That's going to fire you up in a game like this. You take the energy where you can, and Flagler, they're going to take that energy and one on the three-point play.
It should bring us to an official timeout, and it does. Mathis a chance to
those 3 games and in 4 days, and really see where you're at, jumping right in on the road after that first home game.
And you sense maybe the Butterflies will be a little more intense come Tuesday than maybe tonight, because tonight is an exhibition, a dress rehearsal. As Pierce, the takeaway and the bucket after Mathis was able to complete a 4-point play. Nice response here from Mo Smith's squad. 144 career victories, spent 9 seasons at Georgia College within the Peach Belt Conference. Had won the conference tournament in his first year in 2010, as we'll have another moving screen on Florida.
And just a little bit too excited to get to that roll is the freshman. Kind of a bum screen. You either got to slip that or you got to stay there stationary and let your guard use you.
Learning moment for the freshman. And a lot of learning moments. Both of these coaches will get a chance to take away on tape. The Gators should be really happy with what they put on tape tonight.
Absolutely.
Have shot it at a high clip. I think their freshmen have played well tonight. Kiki was Kiki.
Everybody's really come in and been productive, done something good for this program, good for the team here tonight.
Merritt had a quick 8 in the starting lineup tonight. Franco can't handle it. Mathis limited space. Airballs that one short.
And you can see the difference in the closeout that time. Doesn't want to get the potential, the 4-point play, so comes out a little bit softer, gets a hand in and causes the air ball.
Zippy Broughton back in, will play the point. Another good debut for the Gators for Zippy Broughton. Strong move, Leah Weish, also another great Gator debut.
Absolutely, positioning down low on that left-hand side. You see that's where she kind of favors and she likes it. She's going in strong.
How's this for efficiency? 6 of 6 for Leah Weish in 9 minutes.
It's really nice.
58 points in the paint tonight.
That's huge for this Florida team.
And they expected that to be that heavily in their favor. And I'm sure Mo Smith's not entirely surprised, considering he's trying to build that front court right now. Gator is 5 points away from 100. They go for a post look. It's Merritt, a 3.
Great rebound. Great
soaring
hustle.
for the rebound. Broughton, and 1.
And that comes from the hustle from the freshman to get the rebound. She chases down the board. She gathers herself, makes in court awareness. She gets the rebound and then turns to find Zippy going to the basket. A nice little handoff dish, then positions down low. And Flagler tries to get away, gets a hand in there, but pulls it off. Great pass by the post player.
Tori Pierce just getting a piece of Zippy. Can't finish the 3-point play. 2:25 left. Pierce, long strides. Tori Pierce Last year, career highs in points per game, rebounds, assists, steals. Spent time at Tallahassee Community College for 2 seasons. Get a chance to end a Flagler scoring drought, and does. Gators have scored at least 20 points in every quarter tonight, 21 here in the fourth. And 18 in this quarter for Flagler. They've played well in this fourth quarter in spurts.
I was going to say, and if you're Mo Smith, you've got to be happy with that, coming in and finishing the game strong in the fourth quarter. I mean, the most points they've had in any quarter so far. And Florida getting loose with the basketball, getting some turnovers here down the stretch. Don't want to see that. You want to not play sloppy this last 2 minutes if you're Florida.
Gators' 14th turnover. We'll have another foul here. And Flagler has already been in the bonus. It's Broughton. And that's her second. There's Flor Tonders, who saw some time in the starting lineup last year, 6 starts. Her first start was in Thompson Bowling against Tennessee.
Might jump right in with 2 feet there for starting.
4-star prospect. See what kind of inside presence she brings, and somebody who really developed as the season went along last year. With more playing time, averaged about 16 minutes a game.
Flagler shooting the ball well from the free throw line. 19 of 25.
They've shot more free throws,
Yeah, they
4
have.
more free throws than Florida in this game.
Getting to the rim, getting to the foul line, but converting on those shots.
Wholesale changes for Mo Smith. As they'll start their season, a home tournament, they'll take on Anderson out of the state of South Carolina.
Another moving screen. So this is something you go back and look and you address this, and you see Coach on the sideline saying, "Hey, get back. It's okay. You know, we'll work on that later. It's all right. We're going to get after it." But that's something we're going to have to work on after we watch the film and see what we're doing wrong on those screens and what they're calling.
Van Dyke. Gators again near 100. Weish steps to the rim, running the floor.
What a great transition push. Eyes up. You reward your post player for running the floor. You leave the middle of the floor for your post player. What a great pass in transition.
Now at 99 points.
Now that free throw. I wasn't gonna say it when it happened, but
You want to get to an even 100 on the scoreboard as Taylor Gardner hits the mid-range jumper.
that one free throw and you're on the line. It's a game like this.
It's brought.
Because this is probably the last possession you might get to get it in.
Ricards. 10 to shoot. Broughton will hoist. Left it short. Tonders over the top. So the Gators get stranded at 99.
I really didn't want to say it when Mississippi missed that one free throw at like 96, I think it was. 97.
Well, here's the thing, right? So Flagler shooting 2 free throws. The Gators will have to offer up a shot if they don't want a shot clock violation.
That's why I said. That's why I said it could be the last. Because or else you dribble it out. You can't shoot it at the if you have it under 30. Great free throw shooting though, Flagler.
Last year,
That's gonna win them some games.
Had a 67% clip, was good for 6 in their conference, and they're 1 of 2. So there is about a 10-second differential. So the Gators will try and run a set here and try to cross the century mark. Broughton. Tonders has it. About a 6-second differential. Ball's loose, and Flagler with the shot clocks turned off. Gardner with 10. Gardner weaving in and out. Into the backcourt with 5. Broughton for the century mark. Oh, she's got it.
Oh, they called it backcourt.
They'll say a backcourt violation as Broughton goes down to her knees
I'm
in
not sure how that was
frustration.
backcourt. It got tipped.
Courtside fans are beside
You see
themselves.
coach just kind of smiling, and players smiling it off. I mean, in transition, you can't really pull that one back off. Even Mo Smith kind of,
That's like
smiling.
a
He's
first,
smirking a little bit over there as
it's
well.
like a first base umpire making a mistake on a perfect game on an out or save call right there. That'll go down in the history books, everybody. With 4.4 to go, the Gators will just hold on to it.
Oh, I don't know
Oh,
why you foul. And he doesn't know why you foul either.
Coach Mo Smith.
So now you see, can your freshman step to the line and hit a free throw to get you to 100? You're getting every opportunity. You see Coach Kelly Kelly Finley right there. Hey, breathe a little bit, freshman. Breathe a little bit.
The only thing that remains in the balance is is there 100 for Florida?
Oh,
there is.
There it is.
The century mark. 1-0-0. The players looking at the scoreboard. It looks good to them. Why
She
not
hits them
101?
Freshman stepping to the line. You like to see that. I mean, that's a little bit of pressure for you to see. Yeah, not in a pressure going to win the game, but to hit 100.
Gators
It
cross
smiles all
100,
around.
smiles all over the place for the orange and blue. Brittany, an impressive showing as they topple Flagler 101-56 in their final look for the start of the regular season.
Yeah, and you have to be happy if you're Florida with what you had on the floor tonight. Everybody producing. Your freshmen coming out big. Rimdahl coming out and putting up a show tonight for Florida with 19 points. Just everybody. You had 2 with 16. Great team win for this Florida team.
Fans to watch this entire game on replay as well as other games on the SEC Network, download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Now for Brittany Davis, our entire SEC Network crew,